Welcome to Reef Community Worldwide. You'll have to bear with me. I've got a new puppy. Some of you, the last people that would have been on, you would have seen my last dog. My last dog passed away at Christmas. So I've got a new puppy. And there's a little pain in the ass at the minute. So you'll have to bear with me. Hopefully we're live. I don't know. Oh, some tropical fish food. Ooh. Right, let's get on with it. Hello, Vicky. Right, I might have to turn that off. That's the other camera that's on there. But I can hear myself through it. It's winding up a little bit. But do I sound all right? Or is it echoey, tinny? Show you the puppy. Yeah. 7-month-old now. Oh, Frenchie. He's just been for walkies. And yeah, can't go for walkies again. He loves the word walkies. Knows what it is. He knows that, and he knows what biscuit is too, don't you? Come on. So there's a little puppy. DC Reefer. Hello. Right, so let's get on with it. Where have I been? Over the last 6 months. Longer than that, most probably. So over the last 6 months, my tank had a complete crash. Everything, absolutely everything. It started off with the corals. So the coral started to die. I was thinking, right, I'll get it tested. So we did all the tests. All the tests was fine. Sent ICP tests off. ICP tests come back. Nothing wrong with the ICP tests. And all the coral started dying and dying and dying and dying. So I took everything out and got rid of everything. Everything. The fish all died. Not a clue what it was. Checked all the equipment. There was no rust, no screws, no nothing. It literally got stripped from top to bottom. Absolutely nothing in it. So I started fresh completely. I went with real reef rock. What I'll do, I'll talk through it, then I'll take you through the thing. So I've got real reef rock. I put live sand in, and then stuck everything in. Frags. Just everything was frags. The few things that I saved was a bit of irisuta, some of the frog spawn, all that massive frog spawn that I had all died. Luckily, some of the people that I'd give corals to brought corals back to me. So I had a lot of frags that people brought back, and some of them are my original frags that I'd sorted them out with, and they come back and sorted me out with them again. But I lost everything. So I started fresh. Got rid of the lights, got the new radians. So I've got 3 XR15 blues. I have actually got 2 XHOs to go on. I just need the brackets. Once I've got the brackets, I can pop 2 XHOs blues on there and all. But they're not on yet. So within the last 4 months, put all frags in. Every single frag survived. Every single frag is basing out, and every single frag's got colour. Some frags are growing just stupidly fast, and some are not growing that fast at all. But I'd say every single one of them is based out, and every single one's got colour. Right, let me just add. Hello. Are you there, Seymour?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh.
So that was that. Since then, I've got an Apex from America, which someone kindly sent over. Can't remember his name. He's a bit of a dick anyway, but I can't remember his name. Cheers, Seymour.
I mean, do you have any other friends in America?
Not really.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got you.
But he's a proper friend. Right. Yeah. So Seymour sent me an Apex over. It was the BRS edition, which is was it temperature probe?
We were supposed to keep that a secret, right? That was supposed to be a secret, right?
Oh, yeah. So Seymour never sent me that. Someone else did in America, right? Anyway, so that's got pH, temperature, and it's got, what's that? Water level sensor.
Yeah, it's like a float switch thingy.
Which is in the cupboard. I'm not connected that. Don't need it. But I know somebody wants it. So there's that. And then what else have I added? Rossmont skimmer. I changed the skimmer to a Rossmont, which is, it's got the pump on the outside instead of the inside of the skimmer, which in a way, Seymour said you get more surface. What is it, Seymour?
You get more contact time.
More contact time with the bubbles going up into the thing. And trust me, it works. Because that skims out something rotten. All I run filtration wise is the Clarity and that skimmer, and I've got the bio balls like the bio balls at the end. That's it, and I cannot get my nitrates and phosphates up. They're just low constantly. Tested yesterday, they have raised a little bit, where my phosphates at 0.05 and my nitrates at 7, which is the highest they've been since I've set this tank up. And that's because I've opened the Clarity and just turned the skimmer down just to let it all flow through. Fish wise, I've now got 4 pajama cardinals, 2 beautiful little clownfish. Let me show you these clams. These were tiny when I got them, and when I say tiny, I mean tiny. So there's one right here actually. Hang on. Oh, there he is. Look, there's one of them. There's another one. As you can see, I've actually got a mushroom in my tank and all.
What kind of rock is that, Paul?
That's real reef. Real reef rock.
But that's the branching.
Just pure branching. Sorry, you can see the monitor in front of it. Just pure branching. Every single piece in the tank is just a branching piece. And nearly every end has got a frag on. Going across.
Oh.
Seymour looks shocked, mate. He's seen this one. Probably.
No. I mean, I knew you did that, but I didn't realize all the tips. That's where you mount all the corals.
All the tips have got a frag on.
Oh, okay. I've never seen like a full shot, Paul. I've seen like different sections.
Yeah, I've never really done any shots of it because I think what it is with a lot of people, they'll jump on Facebook, they'll go, "Oh, I've got a new tank." They'll throw everything in, and then a few weeks later, it all dies, and then everyone goes, "Ha ha 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 ha." Do you know what? Because people are spiteful, and 2, half the people that build systems thinking they can do it really quick end up changing it. And if you look at the videos, they've got different corals all the time. Do you know what I mean? Where there was a coral, there's a different one there. And I didn't want that. Why I wanted it is to grow out a little bit, and then to show that I just didn't want to show people frags in a tank and then a week later dead frags in a tank. But genuinely, and on art, not a single coral has died. Which you can vouch for me, Seymour. This has been the same, like bits for bits. I've never I tell him the truth.
You can always check and see if it's basing out or not. If the coral is new.
Yeah. So we'll just start. In fact, Instagram, I show you pictures of it going. So like this, you could see, like, if you're going like that there. Remember when I put the frags on there? That's just basing out like man. But everyone, in fact, let's just start from this side. So you can see, if you look at the bases, everyone is basing on the rocks. I don't know if you can see that. Everyone's got a base. And if you look over the tops, actually started growing over. Let me get my finger. Oh, some of them started growing over there. Up there. Start growing over them, which it's nice. But yeah, not a single frag. Keep it stable.
Looks nice.
Once a month, I'm doing just 50 litres of water changes. Let me just jump in this chat. So I want that ride. Let me show that ride rampage. Right. People, go on my Instagram, Reef_community_worldwide, because someone thought they'd be clever and get Reef Community Worldwide, so they won't let me have it. And then have a look at this Raja. 4 weeks ago, I put a picture on, and it's half the size of that. that is growing really, really fast.
You're not gonna stick that down in some putty or something to
You're not supposed to do that.
just to
Right. So if anyone, right, the thing is with Raja Rampage, you never, ever, ever cut it and stick it onto rock. It's not supposed to be done like that. Raja is a plating one. It likes to grow in a plate. People that do that, it usually died a little bit and they're trying to hide it. Yeah, but you don't do that. You never do that with Raja. There's a few, in fact, most chalices, you don't stick to the side. Chalices don't grow like that. They grow in a plate and they like to grow in all directions. So that's how they're supposed to be, and that's how they're supposed to grow. You stick it to a rock, one, you're killing it because you're burying the skin, and then it's got to start growing upwards then. So you're wasting a lot of corals. Dosing wise, so people want to dosing. I'm back on Triton. So I started the Triton again because the best thing I got with growth was Triton. I'm not running the full Triton, I'm running the other methods, which is basically just your alkalinity, alkalinity, magnesium, calcium, and trace elements. But I'm testing a lot just to make sure that the alkalinity is staying the same. If the alkalinity drops, I'll add some TMC, Tropic Marine, or for Reef to buffer it up. Then I kick the doser in to start the day after.
What were you using before, Paul?
I was using what's the 2-part called? The ATI 2-part. And when I got the ICP test back, I say it was all perfect. All the minor trace elements, the things that you do not dose, like physically dose, every single one was low. Every single one. So I was doing water changes with air salt, and I was running the ATI, and it was not topping them trace elements up. And that's the only thing that was wrong. I can't blame the fish dying on that, because my fish died of something else. My corals, I don't think I can say all my corals died from that. I do not know what caused the mass extinction of my tank. I couldn't tell you what it was. I couldn't tell you what it was at all. Hello, Reef Keeper. Hello, Ryan. Everyone that's in, hello. Thank you. I'm waffling on a bit because it's like a little bit of a cat. So.
Tell the Reef Keepers and tell him the Space Invader is looking fantastic.
Well, he would have heard you say that. Yeah, like I say, it was. I got to a point where I set the tank back up. But I did have a little bit of help with the rock. I did not get anything for free. People need to understand that. Some people come with a few corals from it and a few frags, yeah. Sort them out. All the rock and all the stuff that I got, I actually paid for. Right? So if people think, oh yeah, you'd be able to stock it back up, I paid for it. So that's what we need to understand.
What? So, you mean you didn't get anything for free, Paul?
No.
What?
No. It was the thing is, it was so expensive. Like I said, I wanted the new lights. I didn't need the new lights. That's something different. I sold the old lights to get the new lights, and that's how it works.
Oh, you're using Radeon Gen 5s, right? How'd you get those?
My wife going for my birthday, so this is what I was saying. Seymour's been a psychic. People understand that. Right. I sold my other 2 lights, put the extra towards it, and then my wife got one for my birthday.
But where'd you get one?
I never got one from you.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, sorry.
No.
That was deep.
That was Woody.
Oh, sorry. Wrong guy. My bad. I take it back.
You know what? If to all fairness, Seymour said he would get them from America and ship them over to me. But I'm eager. I'm one of them now. This is true, isn't it?
I got a serious question for you, though. How do you like the diffusers? Because I just ordered a couple. Because I don't think the reason I used diffusers on the Gen 4 was because, color separation a little bit. But what do you think about the diffusers on the Gen 5?
One, I think they're absolutely shite. Not what they're diffusing. I mean, the actual item is terrible. The magnetic bits on them are terrible. You touch them, they fall in the water. And when I do a bit of maintenance now, so I'll take my tank off, it just touches it a little bit. It drops in the water. So that is absolutely crap. The diffuser bit of it, I see, like, I know it sounded stupid, and I said this to Seymour. When I added that to my tank, added them, that's when I got my boom in coral growth. So if it's the diffuse light which is causing it to interact, I don't know. But that's why I don't want to take them off. And I did say something to Seymour, but what I did get like, I was getting more a powder over my glass when I put them on. So I said to Seymour, I might take them off because it might be that. But he said, stop being a dick. You know, it's not that. So I know it's not that. But yeah, I do like them, and I like them and all because I don't like it. These Gen 5s are really, really bright. They're really bright. So when I'm sat over there, they're really bright in your eyes. But these, like I said, diffuses the light down and makes it bearable to see. Let me just jump in the chat and read this. I think the real Reef rock has the best looking branching rock, but I love the Carib Sea live rock shapes. May use both. Yeah, I suppose. Real Reef rock is hard as heck to cut. Just cut a branch in a few pieces and let's go. Well, when I got the real Reef rock, the first batch I got, it turned up and it was smashed up into pieces. And it's not what I wanted because I opened the box and it was just smashed up. So I contacted him and said, listen, it's all smashed up. Sent them all the pictures, so they sent me another box. So it's like I got blue light, but no. See, if I go that way, it's that way, and that way is that way. So the cameras are wrong. But I know that if you bang it, it breaks easy. Because here's another one. Listen to this story. So I set all this tank back up. What was it? About a month, Seymour. I had it up about a month and it was growing all right. It was doing well. And then the wife said, I want a new floor. So I don't know, it must have been about 2 months, because about 2 months ago we had the floor done. So we had to get the tank, empty it all out, move the tank, get the floor done, and then move it all back again. Luckily, it didn't even know I'd done it. Because I used all the same water, all the same stuff. Didn't waste anything. All went back in. And I left all the little critters in the sand with a bit of water for 24 hours, topped it back up, it was all fine. Everything was fine. Never lost a thing.
Even with the sand, because you're using sand, right?
Yeah, even with the sand, that's fine. Like I say, it was full of pods when I was filling it back up. Don't get me wrong, the water looked a mess for a couple of days after, because when I put all the water back in, it just went up again. But everything was perfectly fine. The corals didn't even blink an eye. I think that's what a lot of people don't realise with corals and all. When people say you need to acclimatise corals to the water, this, that, and the other, corals don't care. They don't care, honestly. The corals can go from one water to another water perfectly fine. They're not like fish. So if you've got, when you're actually setting a tank up, you can put corals in straight away. It's the fish that will gag and most probably die, but corals won't. Corals are perfectly fine going in and out of stuff. And I've learned that. I've done a lot of things. I'm the coral master. I can grow corals for fun.
Right.
I'm good at this, Seymour.
Yeah, okay. If you say so.
I am. I'm good.
But for somebody who says they're a simple reefer, though, Paul, it's a lot of nice equipment there on that tank, you know. Apex.
Do you know? No, like, but let's get something straight. When I am a simple reefer, right? Right? I've got radians on. That's just simple. That's just lighting. That's simple reefing, right? I've not got the MP40s, which I'd like, because I ain't got the money for MP40s. I've got the Neros, right?
Which is
I would have three, but Seymour kept stirring, so I had to give one away.
Same company, though, but you know.
Same company, but it's the cheap brand of it. You know, it's like saying I've got AI lights. They're Radiant, by the Ecotech company, but it's their low brand. It's like buying a pair of £400 or $400 sneakers, or buying Nike $50 sneakers. Sell cheap ones, sell expensive ones. In fact, I think I prefer these over any pump Seymour, because one, they're so easy to clean. There's no finicky parts to them, and now they give you the guards with them. It's the only downfall it was the guard situation, and now they give you the guards. It's brilliant little pumps, and they're quiet.
Yeah.
So quiet, no rattling, no nothing in them.
I really like the Neros, and the fact now that they're $199. Like I'm interested to see how they're $199 now, when I first got them, I felt like they were so fragile because when you were unclipping them, like the clip, felt so fragile. But I have to say that I've dropped mine. I've thrown it in. The other thing with the Nero is, I think because it's plastic, I have no qualms about like throwing it in vinegar and letting it soak and letting it run in vinegar, and it's worked fine for me. Do not, just a word of warning, do not put like the bits that go on the tank in vinegar, because I've done that and then I destroyed the little felt pieces. But if you take the pump itself and put it in vinegar, it's all plastic. I don't know. They're easy. They don't get as dirty. The performance doesn't go down when they get dirty. So I think they're like, they don't take up a lot of space in the tank. I like them.
Yeah. I agree with you with the clips. So, do you know what? If I go on this side, I won't keep leaning out of shot. I agree with you with the clips. Every time I take them off, I've got to get a towel. When they're wet, they're hard to get off. So I've got to get like a towel on one side and give it a twist. And they're very, very thin. But like I said, I've had them 2 years nearly. Never had a problem with them.
Yeah, I've dropped mine when I took it off to clean it, and because the little plastic clip that that holds it together. But I got my kids helping me when I'm doing stuff, so we're pretty rough on things, and I haven't broken it. Mine's been kicking.
Quick one with the fish, right? So Vicky just asked. We'll get back onto this equipment in a minute, but let's just do the fish. So I've got 4 pajama cardinals, 2 clowns. Is it Timoras? Yeah, cleaner ass. And the reason, if you look, let me just show you this. If you look at the other camera, if you look why the magnet's in there, because my cleaner ass sleeps in there. And I feel so guilty taking it. The very first day I got it, it went straight into there. So when I take the magnet out, it swims around in that corner and won't go in the rocks to sleep at night. So, in fact, if I come on this side, can you see him? Hang on. There he is, look. Sleeps in the magnet.
Oh, shucks. Wait, that's a Tunzi magnet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and you have the floaty thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
2 of them, and the tank I've got. Where is it? What's the tank called, Seymour? The brown one.
A gem tang.
Yeah, I wish. No, the
or a black tang.
Just a cheap tang. See, the thing is, I don't want. I'm like this. I didn't want that tang. I wanted the Scorpus tank, but they never had enough. But I've got to have 1 tang in the tank just to clean the rocks. So
no fox
no other
face
fish going in. No. Last time the fox face had a bit of a turn. I love fox faces. They're the fish. That's the fish I would have in my tank, but I just don't trust them. So no. Good for bubble algae. They are. Right. Anyway, back to the equipment. So we're saying about simple. So the lights. Everyone, you can have whatever lights you want. Lights are lights. I just like the blue. So that's like so the pumps. Cheap pump, Seymour. Clarity. So we've got the Clarity. Yeah, we've got the Clarity. That's it. And then I've just got a cheap UV, and I've got the Rossmont skimmer. How much is the Rossmont skimmer? About 400 quid.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I like the Rossmont skimmer.
So the Rossmont skimmer, but the one that was in here, how much was that? I swapped it with
Royal Exclusive Bubble King Mini 160.
Double the price of this.
Triple.
But double. I do think this is miles better than that one. I'm sorry, it really is.
Yeah, the Red Dragon.
And then I've got the Vectra return pump, which I got off a friend.
Real man, you got some nice equipment in there, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that Vectra pump. Which Vectra pump is it?
Right, let's get something straight. Seymour bought me a Vectra pump. Thank you, Seymour.
Whoa. I had some credit, and when you were in here in New York, I didn't buy you. It was like half price.
There you go.
But only because I had some credit at my LFS. So.
There you go.
All right. Now, it's who you know, innit? tank's looking well, man. I hope. I just redid my tank again. I got to stop redoing my tank.
Ah, this is another one. I do not put my hands in my tank now. Do not put my hands in the tank. I've got everything long. So I've got extra long clippers, and I've got extra long blades. So I've got extra long blades. That's why I bought the floaty thing for the Tunzi, because everyone knows Tunzis always fall in the water, and the only way you can get them out is with your hand. So that's why the floaty thing's in there. Do not put me on in the water. That is a definite one.
Can I see that blade? Can I see that blade a little closer?
This one is from Amazon.
Oh, that's the same one I use.
Yeah, from Amazon.
How'd you get that? How'd you get that extra long blade? Because mine is not that long.
Yeah, from Amazon. It comes from Amazon, so it's so long. I got
mine from
BRS. If I turn it there, so that's the length. That's touching the bottom of the tank, and look how high it is above the tank.
Can you send me that link? Because I bought mine from BRS, but mine isn't that long. That's the same one I use.
This tank is over 2 foot tall, isn't it? Or was it 20? What is it? 28 inches high.
Yeah.
High tank. And then that is the. I think this was only about £8, Seymour.
Yeah, Paul. Can you send me? Can you send me that link? Because, like I said, I bought that from BRS, but I think it's not that long.
Yeah.
And that's the one where you unscrew and you have to change the blades and.
Yeah. So you can unscrew all the edges. So that's the bottom coming out there. So you can take. Let me get the camera. So you can take the bottom off if you don't want the bottom, the handle. And then you can all the pieces, all center pieces fold out. So all these fold out. Oh, hang on, there we go there. All these fold out. Thing is, if you bought two of them, you can have like a 6 foot one if you really wanted. And I bought myself a little step ladder. So I bought a little step ladder. Not keep standing on the wife's chairs because she doesn't like that. Yellow tank, powered brown, 2 clownfish, orange, 2 black clownfish, gorbit, orange, yellow damsel wrasse, algae blenny, and some more. Can we get a tank tour, bro? Right. Let's do a quick tank tour then.
Yeah, let's start with the sump first.
Right. Here we go. The sump, I'm not touching it. Right? So I'm not cleaning it. People need to understand that I'm not cleaning it. Right? And the reason I'm not cleaning it is because stability. That's exactly why I'm not doing it. Once every 6 months or something, I'll most probably get in there and give it a scrub. But I need a light. Let me get a torch. Oh, by the way, these are Amazon. Fiver. So it's a torch, strobe light, and a full UV light for your corals. £5. Right, I might need to plug this in a minute. Let me just see how much power I've got on this phone. 1 second. 10%. Ooh. Right, let me get this plugged in so I don't lose you. Right. Oh, it's so messy, that tank. Let's get this on so you can see the corals and all. Right. This is the mucky sump. Are you ready? Let me plug this in so we don't run out of power. Right. So over here we've got the UV. So this is the UV. We've got the clarity. That's just the pipe going to the pump. The pump just goes straight from there, the return section, through the UV.
And where's the return from the UV? The UV just goes back into that section?
No, I put it straight into a reactor on the other side. Okay. Where it's just the carbon in there. So all that's in there is just carbon. So it goes from the UV straight through a reactor with carbon. That's it. So basically, whatever that kills, it can go through the carbon and clean itself before it comes back out. See, it's good. So this is, in fact, if you look in here, if you see this sump, So if you see that mess in there, that is sponges, just totally covered from one end to another in sponges. You see, look, wall to wall, floor, sponges. That's not detritus, it's just sponges. It's pure sponge. In fact, turn that off, take that off. You can see better without it. You see that? Pure sponge. So we're going here, even the pump is covered in sponges. That'll need a clean soon.
That's the skimmer pump, right?
That's a skimmer pump.
That's the Rossmann skimmer where you can then buy a controller and turn it into like an AC controllable pump.
Yeah, so it's AC and it does have a controllable pump to it, which I've not got because I think they're about £150 for the controller.
Oh, so you just buy the controller, attach it to it, then it's make it controllable.
Yeah.
All right.
So look at the crap inside that. Can you see the crap in that? You can't even see through it. So it looks like it, but you can't. It's just reflecting the light straight off it. It's proper full of crap. In this section, again, absolutely coated in sponges. Well, that's just the biomedia and the return pump. And then you've got the apex in that corner up there. There you go, Seymour. That's all the plugs there, look. Not tight. Right above the sump, look.
All right. And you got a nice dosing pump back there.
Yeah, that's the D&D, which is also it's just the Kamoa the Kamoa P4, I think it's called, isn't it? Or it's the D&D F4 or P4. It's the same thing. You can run the Kamoa app off it or the D&D app off it. Well, that's that. It's just basic. There's nothing in there that's special. That's it. You've got the apex there, and all that's running is the pH and temperature controller. That's it.
So it's a monitor. So you're just using it to monitor.
Just a monitor, yeah. That's just a frag rack in there. Not being used, but it's storage. And I do throw, you'll see down there, there's frag plugs. I always keep frag plugs in my sump. In case you ever need to put something on a frag plug. It's already nice and mature frag plug. Other than that, and that's just all food over there that 90% of it I don't use. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the tank. Oh, where we start? There's your lights. 3 Radion XR15 blues.
Gen 5s, all 3 of them?
Gen 5s, all 3, yeah. And over there's a Tunzi.
Tunzi? Oh, the cleaner.
Tunzi cleaner.
What power head are you using?
See, this is awkward because if I could spin this camera around.
Yeah, you can hit camera, hit camera mic at the bottom, then hit camera, and then you can change it.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, I just found out last night.
Boom.
Right,
boom. There we go. Right, so this will be a lot easier, people. Right, so let's put the UV on this one because. Right. The bulb's going. What was it? See, this is what UV light does to corals. Watch this. Ooh. Really high. You can't really see through the camera. It's very bright. See, I wish I knew I could do this straight away. Looks a lot different from the camera.
Can you still hear me, Paul?
Yeah, I can. There you go. Right. So that's that. Do you know what? I'm going to turn this one off now. I don't even know how to do it. Boom. Right. That was off. It's charging. That's what's inside there. Not much. The thing is, Seymour, if you look at it properly, it really is basic. It's not. There's no fancy controllers running there or anything. nothing runs through the internet. Do you know to you see? This is the way I see it, Seymour. You've got a controller, right? You connect your lights to the controller. Can you hear me, Seymour?
You know, I
Seymour.
was trying to use my headphones, but there's a
All
problem
right.
with them.
Yeah. The thing is with controllers is this: when your lights are set, why do you need to control your lights while you're away? When they're set, if you get a power cut and they come back on, they're all programmed to come back on exactly how they was. So you do not need to control your lights while you're away. I personally don't think you do. When things are set, I think the one thing that I would want to control if I'm away is most probably a return pump. Do you know what I mean? I think, but would I need to do that? I don't know.
But I think you probably just want to know what's going on more so than controlling anything.
So
right?
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So would you say it's better to have a monitor than a controller?
Now
Would you?
I'm a tech person. So I'm always going to want a controller.
Yeah.
But I've run into trouble so many times being halfway across the country and messing with stuff. So I wouldn't want to mess with my lights if I'm not in front of the tank to see or measure.
Yeah. It's like I've never. It's like you've got Woody's Reef. Woody's Reef keeps saying you need a controller, you need a power bar, to go with it. Once you've got the power bar, you'll never go back. So you hear him say that, don't you? But I'm thinking, well, what do I plug into it? What do I plug into it, Seymour?
I think you would appreciate it if you got it, to be honest.
Yeah, but what would I plug into it? That's my question.
Oh, your skimmer and stuff. Paul, I think if you got it, you would appreciate it.
This is what I'm saying. I plug my skimmer into it, but when would I need to turn my skimmer off?
When you're feeding or doing maintenance.
But saying that, I could just buy an Amazon plug bar and just set Alexa, turn maintenance mode.
You know what? I'm not gonna convince you that you need a controller because I've seen too many nice tanks without it. But for me, I'm just a technophobia. I'm just a tech person, And Woody is the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna.
I think. Do you know what? I most probably would get one, but for the price of them, I think, like especially in the UK, where they give you the 6 bar. Is it the Energy Bar 6?
Yeah.
So they give you the Energy Bar 6 for the same price as the Energy Bar 8 in America, or even more money over here.
And another reason I like my Apex is, when I'm traveling for work, my wife kind of helps me with the tank, and she would not want to go under the tank, like looking to unplug stuff, or when she needs to turn off the skimmer because it's full or something. So it kind of helps in that aspect.
Yeah. Boo. So it's like Galgal was saying there, you get a smart plug, £10 where you can turn things off. It's £20 for a 4 bar with 2 USBs into it. Go on then, give us a run around your tank, Seymour. Are you speaking now? Are you just pointing?
Oh.
Here we go.
Now I was saying I was trying to install. So this is embarrassing. So I got a rat's nest of wires. I was trying to install another Apex plug bar yesterday. You can see it in the back, and I ended up like something wasn't working. So I ended up having to redo all the Apex, like the connection between the Apex, and I had to reprogram everything last night, which wasn't fun. But yeah, this is my sump, not my tank, like about 2 weeks ago, I redid my rock. I basically pulled all my corals off my old rocks because I wasn't getting enough flow. I just had some big boulders, so I pulled everything off, cut little frags, and kind of redid my rockscape. So everything is kind of still brown basically from the from redoing. You can see the rocks are bone white, so it's only been 2 weeks. But let's start with the sump. So I got a UV up there somewhere. It's dark, so you can't see it. And I got 2 pumps in my return chamber. One feeds my chiller and the UV, and the other one feeds the main tank and feeds my anemone tank, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. That's what is that? A Belua Australia skimmer. And,
the skimmer.
Huh?
That skimmer, what is it?
It's called a Belua Great White 10 skimmer.
Because not many people have heard of that skimmer.
Yeah, it's a new one to America here. I think before only Unique Corals was selling it, but now I see Saltwater Aquarium and a couple other retailers selling it. But it's my local LFS is the guy who owns like my local LFS and Unique Corals. He imports them, so I got it at my local LFS. So I'm liking it so far. And that's my Clarisy. And like Paul, I got a lot of detritus in my sump. Very dirty. The feed from the main tank goes straight into the Clarisy, while the feed from the NEM tank bypasses the Clarisy. So I think it keeps the water, a little bit of detritus suspended. It's not a big problem, so I think it's fine. This is my NEM tank connected to the main display. 10-gallon innovative marine tank running a Nero. I think it's about time.
How many NEMs are in there?
Too many. Now they're all over the overflow. They're getting caught up in the Nero pump. It's about time for me to, like, every bit of the rock is covered in NEMs. I think probably anywhere from 14 to 20.
Jeez.
So I need to prune them now because.
Are you sure you're not a NEM supplier?
You know what? I probably should be. Now they're on the back glass. They're everywhere now. And I got a couple of, like, there's clownfish living in there, but you could see, it's hard to tell, but there's clownfish just like, would you
not like to get loads of babies and just throw them all in?
What, clownfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I only have this one bubble tip. I've tried to put other types of bubble tips in, and I don't know, this type chokes them out. I've tried green, I've tried black willow, and this is my original, just chokes them out. Let me give you a story about this. I had a friend of mine like 4 years ago gave me one NEM. When it split to 4, I gave one to Dave Nanotanks, and he had them. And my tank crashed. Was it last year when I tank crashed and I lost everything? I ended up getting NEMs back from Dave after he died. So that's a good story sometime of just seeding your stuff with other people, and so
yeah.
Yeah, so my display, which is looking really messy because a lot of my stuff is still on frag. I haven't decided where to mount it yet, but most of my stuff is just brown now because they're pissed off from being cut off rocks and put on other rocks. But
well, time to do what I do. Stop sticking your hands in and just leave it.
Well, I'm gonna try, but
well,
still
get the floaty thing for your tunsy and buy one of them long things.
Yeah, I'm still mounting stuff every day, but at least the stuff is starting to re-encrust over the flag plug, even though it's only been a few weeks. Some stuff I just want to get rid of, like that's a Passalapora. Like I'm gonna give that away. I don't want Passalapora in my. I have some on the back glass there. I'm cool with that, but I don't want a bunch of like Passalapora.
How's that on the back?
I stuck it to a Tunzi magnet.
Ah.
Yeah. So same thing over here. That's a that's like I think that's a red Monty with gold polyps. That's blue bird's nest that I got from I think Dave also, Billy via Dave, and then that's like I think a green slimer. Same thing. I made a little rock and put a Tunzi magnet to it and stuck it to the back. And then that's another one that's on the back glass. That's a, I think a chili pepper, green with red polyps. But I like this aquascape because I think it just gives more flow. So, you know, there's more swim through for the fish, but you just get more flow. My previous aquascape, I had like 3 boulders, and the flow would just crash right in the boulder and just.
What wave makers are you using?
I got two MP40s, the bottom, and like.
Whoa, everyone! We're talking about tech. A lot of decent stuff. What's that there, Seymour?
Listen, man, I'm a. Hey, man, listen, I wouldn't be in this hobby if it wasn't about tech. So before this, I was into like sound systems, and like before that, I was into computers. So I'm sorry, man. I like the tech side of this hobby. So that's where I'm at. I'm not going to apologize for it. So, but I like to try. But you know what? I actually like the fact that my kids' tank, I can experiment with that a little bit. I'll show you that in a minute.
Let's just go to this. Let's just go to this here. So Gal said, Seymour, your fish look like they love it. To me, there's a lot of swimming room in there now.
Yeah, definitely. One thing though, you see my chromis are fighting. So I've had 5 chromis for a year, and they were settled into that coral fell over, but I don't really like that one. That was like anyway, like, yeah, I'm trying to, there's some corals I don't want, so, but I got to fix that. But I had 5 chromis, and because they were settled in, they weren't attacking anybody. And I guess because I redid the aquascape, and now they have to, you know, like work out their aggression issues, I'm down to 3. So in 2 weeks ago, I had 5. And then once I redid the tank, I'm now down to 3.
Let's try something.
Yeah, I need some cleanup crew though, because now I'm getting those, you know, that algae on the rocks, and somehow snails are hard to find. But yeah, love. I don't know why my fox face is. I guess he's pissed that I'm here in his face, but looking good. Hang on a second, Paul. I'm gonna mute for a second. I'm gonna show you my kids' tank.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Let me just show some. That's my I'm still trying to work this out, but my calcium reactor, my Vectra 4-pack, and that's my Calcster, my Apex stuff. I got another Versa single, and I got another Camor dosing pump that's dosing like aminos or bacteria or something.
So what lights have you got?
On the main tank, I'm using 2 Gen 5 XR30s, and on this tank, that's a AI Hydra 32. That's the newest AI Hydra, and that's the newest.
Are you getting full spread with them too?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna put the diffusers on once I can get my hands on a couple.
I use my glasses. That. Yeah, I just popped them over there. Blue. The thing is with these XR15 blues, they're very, very blue. So, like, to me, that looks absolutely stunning. For the camera, it's horrendous.
This is my kid's Lagoon 25. That's running a Radeon Gen 4, hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, just a Lagoon 25. I don't know if Reef Keeper is still here, but here's one I forgot to show in the other tank. But this is the frag of the Space Invader I got from him. Got a lot of. I don't have a blue filter. I don't have a filter, Paul, but you could see I got Duncan's. My Acans are looking good.
I'll tell you what to do. Right. So if Seymour takes photographs of his corals and that, and he can stick them on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Reefing with who? Oh,
there you go. So if you want to check out his picture of his corals, go to Instagram Reefing with what?
This tank, I'm not. Well, I was gonna lie and say I try to keep it simple, but I got an Apex. This is in my kid's room. This Apex is connected to the other one, so this kind of runs everything. Inkbird. This is Tunzi Powerhead. This is the Tunzi Skimmer, and I got one doser that doses Kalkwasser. So I mix up Kalkwasser in like a little Voss bottle, and I change it every 2 weeks. And for I like my own homemade no pox mix, and my son just squirts a couple bottles every day. That's his job. That manages nutrients, and then I do big water changes every month.
So is your son going to know that you've just put 2 in because he's going to go?
Yeah. He's right here. They're right behind me.
Right. So we're good then.
I had a Tunzi, one of those little Tunzi Aquawind fans, but it wasn't keeping the temperature cold enough. So but you know what this is, Paul? I told you before, but this is one of those fans that you buy for a car and you clip it on the seat because it uses like a car plug.
Yeah.
And I got another plug that I put it in the Inkbird, and I basically mounted it to the wall. So this keeps the tank cool. I get a lot of evaporation, but this is basically like a car fan, and I like it so you can swivel it out of the way and do maintenance on the back chamber.
And they look all right. In fact, they look better than the original aquarium ones.
Yeah, the Tunzi fan wasn't powerful enough, but I like how this tank is doing. And then everything I have that's growing well, I kind of put everything that's important. I put one in here to like, keep the acans are looking good, but I had like a ton of acans, and then when we had like a heat wave before I switched to this fan, and it wasn't keeping the tank cool enough, and I lost. You can still see the skeletons, but the other acans that's left, they're like doing real well.
Well, they're actually looking good.
Yeah, and this I like how this tank is looking, and a lot of zoas. I siliconed a rock to the back glass, and I put like some nice
See, what a lot of people don't realise doing that. So silicon, what people don't like, if you want to do an aquascape at the back, you can get Reef Safe silicon, put rocks on the back. If you ever want to remove them, a simple blade will get them straight off.
Yeah,
and it's a good little design to do.
Yep, got random flow generators. I like this tank. I like how simple, and like I said, my kids take care of it. They feed it. They overfeed it, but it looks good. Little Tunzi skimmer that skims well. To be honest, I don't even test this tank because it's a 25-gallon tank, but it's about 18 gallons. So I do when I'm doing water changes on the big tank, I just change like a 5-gallon bucket. I haven't even tested this tank in a while, Paul. So
when you do a water change, what do you do? Do you water change between the tanks?
No, because I mix up 20 gallons at a time, I just do a 5-gallon water change here.
Right.
So I don't even know what the parameters are, to be honest. Like I just know I squirt the bacteria every day, 2 squirts, a couple of mils, and I do water changes.
So someone 6 reefs, can you do that underwater? There is silicon that you can buy that you can actually put straight into the water in the Seymour.
I don't know so one thing I've learned when I was doing the other tank, man, like super glue with the accelerator works well to glue rocks, but I don't think there's silicone needs to cure. So I gave this at least 24 hours to cure. I would drain the tank. If I had to do this again, I would drain.
Oh, do it before you set. It's better off doing it before you set your tank up.
Yeah, if I had to do this point now, I would drain the tank below, maybe put the power head so there's still flow, and then do it, and then wait for it to dry 24 hours before you fill it again. But super glue and accelerator can actually do that and do it a lot faster, because that's how I did my rocks. I just use super glue. Let me go back to the other tank. I use super glue. And then use the glue accelerator, and then I kind of use the cement, the Marco cement, you can tell where I use the Marco cement. Those dark spots like fill in some of the areas, so it's strong, but works. And of course, my wife loves torches and hammers, so this is her area that's all like filled with a bunch of euphyllia.
Yeah, see euphyllia, so if people can see it. You've got my euphyllia here. Stretches like a third on the tank.
Yeah.
Right.
So my wife is now into Gonapora and euphyllia. So she has 4 Gonapora. She has 1 on the frag rack. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 torches, 4 frog spawns. We got 2 more frog spawns up there, and she's away for the weekend and she's not watching. But I got her like a gold hammer. You can't see the color here, but I sent you a picture of it this morning.
See, I wonder if I can get away with that. I'll buy my wife a gold hammer and just say, "Oh, look, I bought you a gold hammer."
Hey, hey, listen. When she comes back from her trip, there's gonna be like something new on the tank. So I'm
It'll be like, yeah, one of these. Oh look, I bought you a Trident.
No, I'm gonna just. She's gonna see this. She's gonna be like, "What's that? That's new." And then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, babes, I got you a gold hammer."
Yeah,
it works, Paul. It works. But yeah,
hello.
I like how things are looking.
Would you add another light in the middle of that?
You know what? Yes. The plan is to add. Actually, I'm gonna turn this back to front and add another light to the middle here, and then that's it.
What, another 30 or a 15?
15. I think so. I'm probably gonna move soon, and then I'm probably gonna upgrade tanks. So I'm sort of looking at things like, hey, like buy stuff now that you're gonna use later. I think I would add a 5th. You know what? I don't know, man.
Depends what you can get away with without being told off.
Yeah. So you gotta delete the stream, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna tag your wife in it.
No. So Phil, I don't know if Reef Keeper's still here. That's the other Space Invader he gave me. So yeah, I love. I gotta shout out Phil for like some of the other corals he sent me. Some of them perished. A lot of them perished, but I still have a few. But that's the one I remember. Because I wanted that, and he was kind enough to send it to me. So I really appreciate that, Reef Keeper.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. But I kind of like, I still got a ton of stuff to mount. So once I get those mounted, that'll be good.
So, everyone that's still in here, there's not many people. We've just started again. We'll build it up over time. There's still got 17 people. Has anyone got any questions? Is there anything that anyone wants to know? So, Reef Keepers wrote, I'm still here. Hang on. I'm still here. Glad you're doing well for you. Just listening while working in the garage. So,
love that. All right. I love that.
So what we could do is we can get more streams going. Start doing more streams. Make it informative. You know what I mean? Let's like I've been having so many people texting me, especially yesterday. I'm not going to mention any names. 2 of them are in here. My live stream. But I think we'll get some live streams going, some decent ones. Have a laugh again. You know what I mean? Have a good chat. Do you know what I mean? I like having chats with people. I prefer to speak to people, have chats with people, talk reefing. Sometimes going off topic, way off topic, it could just go on forever. But don't get me wrong, we always go off topic. We always talk about food. So, but I hope you're all doing well. I hope all your tanks are doing well. And you know what? If I'm still awake, I might do a live stream tonight. A late one. Only Woody's at work, and Woody don't finish till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
So
your time. How about
that's about 10 o'clock your time.
I'll be up. I got a project to finish tomorrow, so I'll definitely be up tonight.
So what we might do a live stream, late live stream tonight. I'm going to say might because I just might fall asleep. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm good at. Seymour's good at that. Definitely.
Wait, what?
Right. As people know, a few years ago, we went to Las Vegas. So we were with Seymour in Las Vegas, and all he did was fall asleep in the pubs all the time. All he did was fell asleep all the time.
All right, Paul. I gotta go though. I gotta take my kids for a walk, but
yeah. I wasn't shaved. So DC said you've not shaved. Do you know what? I've not shaved. In fact, Seymour, what was it like the other week when we both came back? Me, you, and Woody was on. Mine was out here. Yours was out here. Looked like a bunch of hobos.
All right, I got to take the kids outside. So
listen, why is your dad not taking you to the park, kids?
Oh my gosh, I'm about to take them outside.
I can't believe you're not taking you to the park. Christian, Tyler. Hello.
Muted.
What's that in here? Right, let's have a look on here. Go. Need help moving the tank stand? You're in another little island. You'll be in bed after 12 a.m. Keep awake. Go, I'll give you a lift. That's nice, super yellow tank. Just sent on my tank for the first time with a sump. See, that's good. See, the thing is, the very first tank I had never had a sump. And I think that was one of the best tanks I had without a sump. I think that wasn't SPS dominated. Most of the tanks I've had, SPS dominated, have all been sump tanks. But yeah, I reckon you'll have better luck and you'll be able to get more equipment, which is always a good thing. Just make sure when you get a sump, there's room to put equipment. Like this one here, the sump's from side to side, and there's no room to swing a cat inside it, so you're very limited where you can put your stuff. Like on the side there, I've got my auto top-off unit, which is at the side of my tank because it doesn't fit underneath. So it's always good to have space, like your sump big enough, the water that overflows to go into it, so it don't overflow. But then you've got room for all your equipment that you can stack up, which would be nicer. I've never had a tank without a sump. OG's Fish Room. Hello. Do you know what? I hope everyone's doing well. I've not been on for ages, and do you know what? Because sometimes social media does me head in. I've been watching so many videos, and all I want to do is punch the people on there. Not because they're horrible people, because they ain't got a clue what they're talking about. And it winds me up. It does wind me up. So that's me. Like I said, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't say it. You know what I mean? And if someone asks you a question you don't know, if you can find out for them, find out for them. If not, just tell them to go and find out themselves. I don't know. I always tell people the truth. If you ask me a question I don't know, I'll tell you the truth. So there we go. All the old gang is here. Do you know what? You're not wrong. Everyone that's coming is all the old gang. Do you know what? I've missed you all. And the good thing is, if you put a question in there, I'll answer it, and I won't even charge you for it. That's not a slight dig, is it? Anyway. So, how is everyone? Has anyone got any questions? You know what I mean? So, let's get this straight. There is no patron.
Hey, Paul.
What?
I gotta run, all right?
Yeah. See you later, sweetheart. Right. Keep the stream going. Reef community worldwide. What am I going to talk about? Reef spy. Right then, because I'm on my own, right, I know what, I'll talk till my wife finishes work. And when she comes home, then I'll turn it off. Only because, like, my wife works in a hospital and she works on the COVID ward. She'll be absolutely knackered. So what I'll do, I'll stay on here until she comes back. When she comes back, I'll shut it down. When she goes to bed, I'll turn it back on. We'll do that. We'll have a good one. Like I said, has anyone got any questions? Let's see if we can answer some questions between us. I'm all right with answering questions that I know. I'll give you my experience on it, like I said, and I'll give you experience that I know other people have had. But if I don't know, I'll just tell you that I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm a basic reefer. As Seymour says, you're not basic. I am. I'm a basic reefer. I don't like some stuff. It just goes over my head. I do not know how to run a calcium reactor. Not a clue. If someone said how to do that, I won't have a clue. So don't even ask me anything to do with that. Who's got the kids are going back to school this week? My daughter is 19-year-old now. She's at university. So she goes back next week and I'll miss her because it's my little baby. Yeah, cheers, JB. Yeah. Do you know what? She's absolutely working a bum off at the minute, my missus. I do feel sorry for her half of the time. It's like today, I've texted her. She's not even got back to me. It just shows you how busy she actually is. What your dosing manufacturer? Right, I'm dosing Triton, other methods. Not the full Triton. I'm not dosing the full Triton method, just the other methods. And if me alkalinity drops, I'll top it up with Tropic Marine Alpha Reef, and then I'll up my dosage for the day after. So it keeps it all in balance. I don't just like leave it a day to kick back in the day after. That's how I do it. So that's how we're doing it. Mike is not going back till the 15th September. Right, so I've got an idea. What reef channels have you been watching? Because do you know what? I've been watching quite a few of them, and honestly, some of them are just not good. Sorry, I was reading a message. How long was my tank set up before I put the corals in? Right. This one, what I set back up from the start, the same day. The same day. I'm going to say the same day. It was only a couple of frags that I had left from my last system. But corals, they're very unforgiving when you're transferring water. All you're doing with corals is putting them in cleaner water, just like taking from the LFS to yours. As long as your temperature's right and the water's right, you can put them straight in. It's fish that you've got to be careful with, because it's fish that with the ammonia and all that they get, that's what will cause the fish to do it. But corals are really forgiving. It's just like putting them in a different batch of water. So corals you can put in straight away. People will say you can't. Yes, you can. If you read all the articles, there's lots of articles on there about corals. Corals you can do that with. Fish you can't. So when people say, "Oh, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this," yeah, fish you can when you use the right liquids. Even when you're using all the liquids to put in to start a system up, even they said it takes a couple of days. But you do, because it takes a couple of days for the ammonia and all that to do the spikes. By the time it does it, it's gone down again, which your fish might struggle for a day, but you won't notice it. That's how it goes. Thank you, Vicky. She says, my wife's an NHS hero. Do you know what? She's just my hero. She is. Don't watch Reef streams no more, because there's so many people that assume they know what they're doing and they don't. And you know what? That's why I stopped doing them, because you can go back to all my stuff. I've given you a couple of things that I've done, and I've told you loads of other people talk shit, and I'll tell you the truth. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of crap videos, and there's people doing videos that I've not got a freaking clue. And they're trying to tell you how to do stuff, and it's just don't do it. Listen, if you're here and the very first time you've seen this video, because it'll still be on YouTube, right? Listen, do the reading yourself. Please do the reading yourself, right? Don't listen to people, not even me, right? Come back after you've been doing it a while and then listen, and then you go, oh, you know what, he's right. Him. I'll tell you that things that I've done and it's worked might not work for you. And then, but do your reading. Always do your reading. There's so many articles on there. Read the articles and do it that way. That's the best thing you can do. Actually, why nice for DC. Do you want a DC? Do you want to come on? You're a straight talker. Yeah, reef tanks are not hard, but what it is with reef tanks, do you know what, right? Reef tanks are the easiest things. People always say, oh, they're so hard to do. They're not hard to do. They're not hard to do, right? As long as you know what you're doing, they're easy to do. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. A lot of people, newbies, come on. The best one that I seen the other day, it was on I think it was on Facebook groups or something. Someone had bought fish and someone had bought corals, and then they was asking what they were. Hang on a minute, shouldn't you know that before you put them in your tank? You just go out and buy a fish and stick it in your tank, or you just go out and buy this and stick it in your tank. Know what you're buying and then put it in your tank. You don't just go out and do it. Right, DC, I'm gonna got you on Facebook, Anna. Can I put DC? Have I got you on Facebook to give you this link? I have got it somewhere, haven't I? One sec. 1 minute, I'm trying to find the link. You have to bear with me. Right, what's people saying on here? Send it on Instagram. That's a better idea. Right, give me a second. Right, there's the link. Instagram. Search. There you are. Message. Right, you should have a key there. Your Instagram. Ailey, I tell you what, Ailey's got a tank again. If anyone didn't know, Ailey's got a tank. Everyone give a round of applause. Ailey, it looks good. It's just a shame it's a Red Sea. No, honestly. You know what? They actually do look nice. Just keep your eyes on the edges of the glass. I mean, those look bent with that. Right. Let's just wait for DC to do this. See if he can get on. If he can get on, we'll see his tank. So how are you doing, Vicky? How's it been without a tank? Not Vicky, Ailey. That's because Vicky popped up straight after Ailey. Two things at once. Male can only do one thing. Tell you what, to say that I've not been on in months and months and months, nearly 12 months or whatever it is. 20 odd people watching. Very short of what we used to get, but we'll get there eventually. Oh, one sec. There he is.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
I think this is the first time we've spoke since we was in Vegas.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me see. Is my screen?
It's facing you. You've got to press the camera. If it's on the phone, press the camera.
Oh, sure.
And then it gives you the option to front or back camera.
See, it makes me go on. Hold on. It kind of makes me see. It's on Safari.
Oh yeah, it made me go on Safari. Are you on an iPhone?
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, it made me do that.
Put it down.
Let me see. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, is that better?
That's the one.
So, Silas, give me 1 second. With my son. All right, so this the wife tank, yeah. Innovative Marine. I am 20 gallons. It has 2 AI Prime 16s. I actually bought a hang-on back refugium for it. It's by Aquamax. MP10.
Do you know what? You don't see many people with the hang-on back refugiums. That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of sleek, right? It doesn't look as bad. So I really bought it for pods and my mangroves, which is I haven't had the light on the mangroves in a couple of days. That's why they kind of slumped over. But I want to have a bunch of mangroves back here, and just for pods. So that's my method. It's a 2 island system. So I have this side, which is a Carib Sea rock shapes, and this side was some old rock I had in my old tank. It's I can't ceramico rock, and it's like a plate on top. So my SPS up here, I have like a couple SPS on this rock, but I really like the aqua. I like.
Hang on a minute. Is that a bounce mushroom?
Yeah.
So look at you.
My prized possession right there. My wife's favorite. Let me put the glass.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's my wife's favorite coral right now. So yeah, that's the bounce.
Was it one of them? I bought you a bounce mushroom.
Nah, well, she's seen it before when we went to a show, and she wanted to buy. It was like a bigger one. It was like $1,500. It was huge. Okay. And so a guy locally got one for me. And yeah. What do you do? Yeah, so go over there, sir. Sorry, the kids. So yeah, that's so all of my soft cores are down here.
Is that Gonipora to the right? To the left? Yeah, to the right. Is it?
Say it again.
Is that Gonipora? Like pink Gonny?
Yeah, it's a pink
Yeah,
Gonny. He comes out sometimes. I moved him a couple days ago, so he kind of finicky. I got easy SPS right now. Bubblegum Digi, Bird's Nest. This is like a some type of, I think, Milliapore or Acropore. I'm not sure. I'm new at the SPS, but I got them from Buzzman's Coral, so they're doing pretty good.
Some nice polyp extension.
Yeah, I think it's the I want to say it's the salt. I use Tropic Marin salt, and yeah, it really everything started like really popping out. After I had a hair algae issue for a while, and then once I mounted the corals, I got them off the frag rack. All the hair algae disappeared because the crabs was eating them.
Yeah,
eating the hair algae. I got that little mandarin back there I got yesterday. That's like my favorite fish in here so far.
is the nem? Are the clowns also in the nem?
They are. They don't do it together. It's he's usually or she's usually in the nem. And I don't see them both in it. Look at my guy right there. I love that little fish. Yeah. So it's too blue. So I kind of run a lot of blue lighting on this, kind of like how you do, Paul, with your tank.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it looks better. I know the white light grows better for some reason, but I don't want fast growth in this tank. I want colors and slow growth because it's a nano tank.
I don't think like the people that are watching. I don't think if they don't run blue like this, I don't think they get what we see.
Right, the color.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm looking in this now, and everything's popping, looking beautiful. But to the camera, it just looks like a mist.
Exactly. That's all. That's why I just grabbed these glasses because I was trying to show you guys. I got a filter over top of this camera, but it still look really blue. But
yeah,
to my eyes, it don't look super blue. So
that's looking good. And do you know what? It's the way that you've done it. It's just tidy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people these days are going for like more minimalistic scapes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I think
that's why I really like the Currency because it's they give you a lot of shapes and stuff, and none of this rock is glued together. It's all just stacked and it kind of fits together, but it gives it open spaces and it gives it a lot of spaces for corals to be mounted on. So
is it all clear at the back? Can you go straight down the back?
The back of the tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot. It's a straight shot. So it's in my bedroom, so I can't I have this big old dresser thing, so I can't show y'all this side.
Yeah.
Because I have this big dresser thing right here, but it's pretty clear back there. Like it's nothing. I can see the whole back wall. So all of the fish.
1 second, Woody. He's got a lens on his camera. I've not. He said, what Woody said, I've got a shit camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to show y'all with the lens.
That better? There you go.
Phone.
Less blue.
Yeah.
What glasses are you using these glasses over there?
Yeah, the
yeah. Same as me. That's what it's like.
Yeah, I actually got a see if I take see how blue it is now. I had a filter over it, but sometimes I combine both filters to get a good shot. There you go.
Have you seen the version 2s? The version 2s of these filters?
The Polylab?
Yeah, I know there's a version 2 that they brought out, and it's got it's got like a CLR lens or something.
Yeah, I didn't like them so much. I've tried it. I actually have it. Basically, it combines both the yellow and the orange. It has like a stop Okay. And it has that, like you said, that CR lens on it. But I didn't like it too much. And you know, inappropriate Reef for Moki.
Yeah.
He tried it. He didn't like it either.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the tank, man. Let me put this out. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's looking good.
Thanks, mate. The wife tank. So this has been keeping me busy until I get my dream tank. But it's a fun busy. Like it's not. I tell people when I first started doing this nano, don't if you're looking for a budget nano, don't follow this method because I got a lot of stuff on it. But it helps because now all I have to do is my water changes every 10 days. And basically I got everything. I'm gonna have everything on the doser. So all I gotta do is clean the glass and feed the fish. So it makes it easier for me because I'm gonna have multiple tanks. I'm gonna have one downstairs, and then I'm gonna have, you know, the QT system. So I try to make it automatic as possible. That could be very little maintenance.
Looking very, very well.
But I'm glad you're back, Paul, man. I missed your streams, bro.
Like I said, we'll get them back on, but people need to understand I'm going to be very blunt because I'm sick of too many snowflakes and all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell people straight. Listen, if it was crap, I'd go, that's a bit shit. But it's not. It's beautiful.
Thanks,
it's beautiful, and especially that coral there. That is stunning.
Yeah, bounce mushroom. I was so lucky to get this because I had one before, and due to like not having stable parameters, you know, lack of maintenance, it melted away, man. And I was hurt that I lost, you know, such a nice bounce. But like I was saying in the chat, everything this is pretty much easy. Just gotta be stable, just stability and consistency. That's it.
Exactly.
Everything else is like you said, it adjusts. All the you know, the corals will adjust, fish will adjust. And I tell people a lot too, don't try to overstock your tank. Like a bunch of fish. Like let the corals be your go crazy on the corals and add a couple of fish. Because if you add a bunch of fish, you gotta deal with a bunch of nutrients.
Yeah, what's like just quickly there, what's that straight in front of you? It looks yellow. Is that Monty? No, to the left there. Right, yeah, there. What's that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Budsman's Core. I gotta look at the names. He said this to me. I'm not sure what this is, to be honest.
I like the color.
Yeah, it's really like a bright highlighted in yellow. It looks like the GSP back there.
That's what I'm saying. It's a yellow, and you don't usually see yellow with corals. You see a lot of green. Is that lime chilies? Oh, is that lime chilies I see there? That's woody.
Yeah, I'm
lime
not
chilies.
good with the name.
What's lime chilies? Because I don't know, and I don't think DC knows.
I had no idea what.
Hey, DC, you like me? You've got a yellow coral, a green coral.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
I know. So I just plan on getting a gold torch. That's one of my favorite corals. As you know, they are really expensive, so I have to wait and get that one. But yeah, this is. I hope I'm gonna clean this area up real soon. Got a bunch of stuff, but yeah, stability. That's about it. That's why I don't know if Phil is still here. Reef Keeper. I reached out to him, and he does a water change every 10 days, which makes sense. For like especially for nanos. And so that'll be 3 times a month. I'll be doing water changes, and I'm only doing like 2 gallons every 10 days. So I'm not doing a whole bunch.
Have you seen that little auto water changing system? It's about $100 and something over in the US.
Yeah, I saw that. I like that for bigger tanks, auto water change. Because this is in my bedroom and I don't want to add more. Like I have to have 2 like I have to have 2 containers. I don't want to add all that stuff. Like I'm going to clean this all up, so all this won't be here. But I don't want to have a bunch of stuff in my room.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Tool Mag Dog, no more green corals. Hello, YouTube. Reefing with all.
My boy. Did my phone free? Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is man, and this is gonna be my like mixed reef, mostly LPS though, some SPS, but I want to
Just a
put
quick
all
one. What wave makers have you got in there?
MP40.
Oh, what? MP40, that little tank?
I'm sorry, MP10, MP10.
I was gonna say, wow.
Yeah, MP10. Yeah, I tried I like the Tunsies, but they're not the ones I had. They're not really controllable.
Have you seen the Nero 3s?
I did. I haven't. I didn't see them like as far as like being in stock.
Yeah, I don't think they're out yet, but they're so small.
Yeah, I like those. But I said I'm gonna do just the MP40 that way. I mean MP10. I know what I have in the MP40, and I like the controllability of it, and plus a lot of stuff I get is because of the customer service.
Yeah, well, because I've seen the flow there. You got really nice flow in there.
Yeah, I haven't even tied it into the Mobius. I just did the blue settings and set it to something that I thought was, adequate. I didn't do like
Do you know what? That's the way it should be. You do it to how it suits you, not how other people tell you to do it.
Right, exactly. And everybody aquascape is different. Everybody tank is different. So I try to especially with having like a lot of soft corals, you don't want to have a bunch of flow in the tank because they're gonna stay closed. So I try to do something. That's why I bought this guard. This is a guard that goes over top of the MP10
to stop it sucking.
Right, it stopped the like the vortex and sucking the
Yeah.
air. So that was a good buy. Like it's little stuff like that. So
Can't knock it. It's looking good. It's always good when you look at a tank and you know that's actually pretty good. Minimalistic, looking good, and the hang on the back I think is a nice little touch to that little tank.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, it's extra water volume. It's a place for my my pods. It's really a place for the mangroves. I like to have a bunch of mangroves back here, and I actually hooked up the lights to the back, so they're on the back of this instead of the back of the tank.
I think that would be better because it means it means you'll be able to lower them more and still be centralized.
Right. And I haven't done any par readings or anything of that nature, so I don't know. So if you got any questions, I don't know. I'm basically taking all of my experience that I've experienced and putting it into this tank.
Are you dosing?
So I'm not yet, but I'm going to be dosing off a Reef, and I'm going to put that on a Kimura doser. It's good stuff.
You know what? Woody's Reef, who's in here, he's dosing it at the minute. So he started dosing it. Woody, if you're in there, how long ago? Just say he started dosing it 12 months ago. He's grown corals from the size of golf balls, the size of soccer balls.
Wow.
And he's got one in his tank, and it's the size of a soccer ball in his tank. So do I think it's good? I use it as a top-off thing. So yeah, I love it. And Woody uses it, and honestly, I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
So you say you use it in your auto top off?
No, I use it as a supplementary thing. So if everything drops in mine because I'm running Triton, I'll use this to top it up with.
Gotcha.
I used to have it on a doser, as you see. It used to be on a doser. That's why it's got this to cover it now.
Okay.
But I was using too much of it.
Gotcha.
Just because it started going up quick, and I thought, you know what, I'll go to Triton. But the price of this now, because they've actually brought this powdered version out. I don't know if it's in the US yet. But over here, for 5 litres of the powdered version, £25.
Oh, wow.
So that what in dollars? That's dollars most probably. They might do it $25 for 5 litres of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be cheap.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm all for a good product. If it works good, I'll keep buying it. One thing I've learned in this hobby, and I've been in the hobby for a good 15 years, on and off. that you should set yourself a budget, like a monthly budget of what you're going to spend on your reef, and stick to that. Like maybe once you first set it up, you're going to have to buy your lights, and you're going to spend a little bit more than what you expect. But after that, then you start budgeting, like, hey, I'm going to buy a core pack for this amount, and then be done with that month. Or I'm going to buy a piece of new equipment the next month, So I would say if I had any advice, which I really try not to give, like set yourself a budget and a plan where you can follow it through, and then it'll keep you more consistent and basically keep you in a hobby.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the hobby where it's live within your means.
Yeah.
So it's definitely good advice, 100% good advice, because there is people here that are running on a budget. So, and I think, do you know what, that all for Reef, I think that is one of the best things for a budget.
Yeah.
Really, really is.
I think so. And for me, I think this is gonna last me a good little while because I bought the biggest bottle, and like I said, it's roughly at 20 gallons with the hang-on refugium.
Is that the 1 litre bottle?
Yes.
See, this is the 1 litre bottle. Now, the other week I was on Amazon and I seen a 5 litre bottle of it on Amazon. I told Woody and he bought it. So I've got 8 litres of it. So he's got 8 litres of it at home.
Wow. So he ain't gonna run out for a while.
For years. I think he worked it out. It was about 3-4 years worth.
Wow. Yeah. And that's another thing, like bastard, that's gonna last you for a long time.
100%.
That's my favorite guy, man, that Mandarin. I think every tank should have one, man.
Yeah. See, mine died and it did it upset the missus something wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like in my last tank, I had a pair. They used to swim together at night, twisting in and out with each other. And when the tank crashed and they died, she was upset.
Yeah, I had some that so I try to get fish that's not gonna jump. I know I have this wrasse in here, but he's been in my 20-gallon quarantine tank without a top and he hasn't jumped. So I've been
you got clownfish there. Clownfish are really bad jumpers.
Yeah, these guys don't jump at all. Like they'll bite you, but they don't. None of my clowns ever jump.
Mine are babies at the minute. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's another thing.
Move out of the way there.
This is an innovative marine tank, and it comes with a screen top. But I hate the way screen tops look. For a big tank, if you got a canopy, that's cool, But for smaller, rimless nanos, I don't like the top at all.
I suppose if you get, I don't think they look good if you get the black net. The black netting. Right. It looks less intrusive.
Really?
Yeah. In fact,
I was thinking about spray.
I've got the black. I've got the black on here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've got bars on mine. It's reflecting now, but you can't. It looks so tidy. It looks really tidy. You get the white net. It doesn't look like the clear net. It doesn't look nice at all. Black net, 100% looks better.
Yeah, my wife really loves. I'm debating, man, putting the top hat on. But because she really likes the Yashi and the Yashi goby is like one of the more expensive gobies. But they jump. Those guys jump. So I'm in it's two things with that. Having the Yashi goby and a pistol shrimp because they stop because they move the sand a lot. So I don't want the sand being moved a bunch in this tank, create mountains and stuff. So I'm thinking when I get the big tank, I'll put the Yashi goby shrimp hair in that one. So because that's definitely going to have a top on it.
Yeah.
But for this tank, I just want to keep it, kind of minimal, like I said.
That's because you just like looking down on it. That's what it is.
I love it, man. Because I'm standing right at it, so it comes to my waist. So I just look at every time I come to the tank, I'm looking down on it.
Every time you go to the tank, you look down and get your phone out to take pictures.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'd be doing.
All the time, man. Another thing, so a lot of people ask like stuff for the hobby. Always get a good equipment, because what's going to happen is the cheap equipment they're going to end up breaking on you, and then you're gonna be mad that you bought that, because most of the expensive equipment have good customer service, like Ecotech. They have great customer service, so they'll replace it, most of the time free of charge.
Yeah, what people need to understand and all, Ecotech and Aqua Illuminations AI is the same company. So
exactly.
Yeah.
This one right here, perfect.
That's exactly what I use.
Yeah, perfect. I got 2 of them. I got one for the quarantine. This is a lifesaver right here.
Yeah. Just make sure you calibrate them.
Yeah, I calibrate it every month for me. Which is kind of annoying, because you throw away the package right afterwards. But I make sure I calibrate it once a month.
I say in America, they're a lot cheaper. Like the refills and the calibration liquids over there are a lot cheaper than over here.
Oh, okay. So how often do you calibrate yours?
Well, I got a box shipped over from my lovely friend in New York.
Nice.
Shipped as a box over.
Nice.
I'll tell you what else. Do you use the Hannah checkers?
What'd you say now?
The Hannah checkers.
Yeah, I have the alkalinity one, which I'll be using for the next week or so, because I want to check my alkalinity. And I have the phosphate one.
Yeah, that's all you need.
I probably don't use this one as much because I don't have any algae issues in this tank. But yeah, this is going to be used all the time.
Right, so there. Hello.
He said, yeah, now he want to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Paul, man, thanks for having me on, man. I gotta jump. I gotta run to church, but I'll definitely jump back on when you get tonight.
Yeah. Sure. Well, what I'll do, I'll call it. I'll call it a day for now, people. And what most people do is do one in a few hours, say, in about 6 hours or something.
Oh yeah.
Later on.
Yeah, I'll be free by then.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
See you later, DC. You take care. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. What we'll do, we'll see if we can get on later on. If we can get later on, we'll do one later on. Yeah. I'm hiccuping. I've just had a lasagna, so it's repeating. So if you want to be on later on, jump on later on. If I'm on, because knowing me, I fall asleep because I'm good at stuff like that. And it's nice seeing you all again. I know some people have already gone. Some people have come back, but I'm back, baby. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.